Hello, Dai. Nice to meet you. All right. So
Yeah.
now I think this is our first class together. Okay. Can you
Yeah.
um can you tell me about yourself?
Yeah. I'm 20 years old and I'm a student. I'm currently studying in the university and I major in animal science.
Animal science. Wow, that's a very nice
Mm.
major. Are you going to be a veterinarian?
No, actually, we are going to work in some mass animal production industries.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where you want. I see, I see. All right.
Yeah.
And now for today's class, we are going to have an IELTS practice. When is your test?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow, it's tomorrow. All right. And how do you feel about it? Are you excited?
Actually, I don't have some particular emotions towards it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have you taken the
Mm.
test before?
No, no, no.
No, not yet. Okay, this will be the
Mhm.
first time. All right.
Mhm.
So so today we're going to have a speaking practice for the test. I want to
Okay.
know, would you like to have the practice with the timer or without the timer?
Actually, I prefer without the timer. Yeah.
Without the timer. Okay, then. All right.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to begin?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Our lesson today is
Mhm.
about a good leader. So, to start,
Mhm.
here's the first question for part one. Do you take naps at noon?
Yeah. 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 I often take naps at noon because I have morning classes, so I have to get up really early. So it's very easy for me to get tired in the morning. So I really need to take some rest during the noon. During the noon. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like to read before bedtime?
No, actually, I always watch some videos, TV series, or movies before bed. Uh, yes, rather than reading, because yeah, we have in the nighttime. In the nighttime, my school will, my roommates
Mm-hmm.
will like turn the light off, so it will
Mm-hmm.
be impossible for me to read. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And how much sleep do you need every day?
Well, it depends. If time allows, I will like take like 10 hours sleeping, but usually I will only sleep for like almost 6 to 7 hours. Yeah.
6 to 7 hours. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you think that's too short for you or too long?
Yeah, yeah, it's actually too short for me, but it depends.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just felt energetic, so I won't need so much time sleeping.
Mhm.
However, maybe in summer I will feel extra sleepy, so I may need like 10 hours sleeping. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. So it should be
Mm.
10 hours sleeping time. Okay. So that's the
Yeah.
list.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Well, I'm happy you answered the questions very well. It was so smooth. I didn't hear any hesitations. Well done. Well done. And I like how you answered in number two because the question was about reading and the fact that you don't read in the evening. So it's great that you quickly gave a different answer. Very good. Okay. Now, because there are some students, sometimes they have no idea about the question, and because of that, they don't know how to answer and they become silent. For example, let's say
Hmm.
if the question is, what sport, okay, do you like? Okay, what sport do you like? Now, some students because the question about sports and they don't like sports, then they don't know how to handle it. And that's the right way to do, like what you did. You can simply say, like, oh, I don't like sports, but instead I like singing. And then you talk about the singing. Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So do
Uh,
not so do not worry if your answer is not on the topic. Okay. Okay. But
okay.
it is better choice to give another topic instead of trying to create a story. Okay, all right, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, good job, good job. Now, so let's go ahead with the second part. Oh, would you like to read these examples, or would you like to go
Okay.
on
Okay.
to the question?
Well, let's move on. Yeah.
Let's move on. Okay, very good. Okay, here. So this is a short speech. Okay. Now, describe a friend who is a good leader. Okay. Have a look to the question and you can start anytime you are ready.
Okay. Can I
All right.
start now?
Yes, go ahead,
Okay.
please.
Uh, I'm I'm gonna talk about a friend of mine. He's also my roommate, and we work in the same laboratory, and we collaborated in some scientific researches. And he is really a good leader, because not only is he very patient, but also he has a very clear view over the whole program, and mm, he's very eager to take control and to schedule our plans. Okay, so he's my roommate, and we major in the same subject, animal science. So we had some teamwork, yes, in the certain classes. So we actually worked in the same project, and he has a very good control over the whole group. He did a lot of work on the specific topic. Yeah, so he looked up a lot of literatures and he summarized them. Then he just gave us some work to do. Yeah, so he had a really good grasp on the whole view, on the whole picture. Yes. And in the end, our group actually got a very high mark or grade in this program. Yes, so we actually just worked together to finish an essay. Yes, so I think being a good leader not only requires the ability to motivate your teammates, but also it requires you to have a lot of knowledge over the whole program or the background. Yes, you need to, instruct others, yes, to better fulfill or to complete their works or missions or targets. Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you very much. I'm so happy you gave many details and you were able to cover about 2 minutes for your speech. Okay,
Mhm.
first, I really like, for example, you started about talking about your friend, the background of your friend. That was a very good start. Maybe it would be nice if you would start with his name,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Because as
Okay.
you continue with your discussion, you kept on saying he is. That's how you start with most of your
Yeah.
sentences. Okay. Now there's a good way to somehow like to hide it. Like instead of saying he is, then
Hmm.
you can mention his name. All right? Mention his
Okay.
name. All right.
Hmm.
And then so you mentioned about I think it was the last part or that he had good control of the group. Okay, here, let me just put that here. So he had a good control of the group. So again, you start with the word he. To hide it,
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe you can put a phrase before it like this. Let's say, as a leader, okay, he
Mm-hmm.
had,
Okay.
or you can say, okay, there was, okay, or okay, okay, there was a good control of the group. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well done.
Okay.
Very good. So I have a follow-up question. So this is describing as a good leader. How about you? Do you prefer to be a leader or a member?
Oh, definitely a member. Well, I try to avoid communicating a lot with
Mhm,
others because
mhm,
I'm not really a social person and I'm not in favor of socializing.
mhm.
And being a leader requires a lot of communicating, like assigning works or, you know, yes, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, we prefer to be a team member. Now,
Yeah.
if you are assigned to be the group leader on your next laboratory experiment, how will you
Mhm.
handle or how would you describe yourself as a leader then?
Oh, well, I think I'll try my best
Hmm.
to handle the work.
Hmm.
Yes, maybe I will mm, positively try to connect with others, and I will try to do my work to the fullest.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that answer is very, how say this, superficial. It did not provide in-depth discussion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's missing here is the how. How will you do your best? What will you do?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will. Well, first of all, I will do a lot of research work on the background of the project
Hmm.
so I can better assign the works to
Hmm.
others.
Hmm.
And secondly, I will
Yeah.
like have my teammates' phone numbers and I will call them so we can maybe have a meeting together so
Hmm.
we can talk about and share our opinions
Hmm.
on the certain topic.
Hmm.
And finally, I think I will like supervise their work
Very
and
good.
maybe give them some instructions. Yeah.
All right, good job. Now that's a better answer. You know, in
Mm,
IELTS, you get a better score if you can do in-depth, okay, in-depth discussion to give the details. Okay, very good.
okay.
As you
Mm-hmm.
can see here, the question is about how and why. So that tells you that's what they want to hear from you, the the
Mm-hmm.
details. Okay, and that's also
Yeah.
one of the things that I teach to my students. You know, like for example, if the question is, let's say, what do you do on the weekend? Okay, most students, they will answer it like this. Let's say they say, I go to the library to read, and then I go to the park to play, and then later in the afternoon I will watch a movie in the cinema. Then at night I will hang out with friends. Okay, so everything is
Mm-hmm.
just superficial, not no
Yeah.
deep discussion. So what I tell to my students is, okay, just choose one topic and then talk more about it. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
for example, in this
Okay.
case, okay, the approach would be like this. Let's say, I do many activities on the weekend. All right. Then say
Mm-hmm.
one of them is, or let's say one of them is to go to the cinema, and then they will talk more about it. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
instead of very simple sentences. Okay,
Mm.
you got it.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
very good. Now, okay, here's one thing that I heard from you. You are not a very social person. You don't talk much to others. So does it mean that you prefer to work alone than to work in a team?
Yes, definitely. I always work alone because I think when spending time alone rather than with others or with a
Hmm.
group,
Hmm.
you can think better and deeper and you can work in your own pace
Hmm.
instead of following the instructions of your leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to make compromises. Yes. So instead of that, I try to work in my interested area
Mm-hmm.
and try to keep my own pace. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Me too. I prefer to work by myself. Sometimes working working with others causes delay. I want to work
Yeah.
fast, but I have to wait for
Hmm.
the others. I have to ask for their opinion, and I'm not able to do what I
Yeah.
want because I have to consider
Yeah.
each other's opinion. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and me
Hmm.
too. I don't like to be the leader. Well, sometimes I like to
Yeah.
be the leader because if I'm in a group, I prefer to be the leader because if I'm the leader, I can do what I want.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Let's go to number 3. Would you like to skip this or read it?
Yeah, I can read it. Yeah, I can read.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Please read and I will listen to your pronunciation.
Okay. I'm going to talk about a friend of mine. His name is Peter. Although he's very young, only a year ahead of me, Peter is a co-founder of our school's English club. Actually, English is not my major at university, but all of the students are required to take IELTS test as part of the graduation requirements. So I decided to join the English club, and that's how I met him. My first impression of this friend was that he had a good command of English, and also he demonstrated a great passion for this language. He helped me practice spoken English for a while before we became close friends. The thing that most people, including myself, find attractive about Peter is that uh, he has such a great sense of humor. I mean, he can make anyone laugh even when they don't feel like to. He has a way of making people feel cheerful and comfortable when they are around him. I definitely think Peter is a competent leader because he knows exactly how to connect with people in his network and motivate them to achieve common goals. He is incredibly creative as well. Taking part in his English club is many students' favorite activity. He has such a positive influence on people, which I think is what it takes to become a good leader.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Nice reading. And I was listening
Mhm.
to your pronunciation. You said the words clearly, and I did not hear any mistake. So good work. Good work. Okay. Let's continue to the
Okay.
part 3.
Okay.
Okay. Now, who is the head of the family in your culture?
Hmm. Well, it depends. Uh, in the southern part of China,
Mm,
uh, men usually take the lead role in the family.
mhm,
However, on the contrary, in the northern part, it mainly depends on the financial statement. So whoever earns more is the boss in the family, yeah, in the northern part. So
oh,
I think the difference is mainly because of the cultural differences or gaps in China,
mhm,
because in the southern area, the family uh, concept is
mhm,
really deep, and
mhm.
they have some temples of the whole family in every villages. So in the traditional culture, man is the boss, the head of the family.
Mhm.
However, in the northern area, there are a lot of industries and factories, and so women are also enrolled with heavy works,
Mhm.
as well as men. So because of that, a lot of women are financially uh, equal, are in the equal position financially as men.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay, very good. Okay, I like your answer. I learned something new. Okay, about
Yeah.
Chinese culture. And okay, number 2, are men better at decision making in a family?
Hmm. I think it's not all man doesn't always make better decisions in family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it mainly depends on the personalities rather than gender. Yes, a lot of men are very have very clear minds, and they have very good control,
Mm-hmm.
over the whole situation,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes them very good at making decisions. And you know, also in the traditional condition, men are always considered as leaders and boss, so they are very confident about themselves. That's which is also a very important trait in decision making.
Okay.
However, this is not often the case. Yes, a man also make terrible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we are all humans and we're not flawless.
Mm-hmm.
People make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it mainly depends on the characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. I'm so pleased about how you answer questions because now I'm not talking about the English part. I'm talking about how mature your thoughts are when you give your
Mhm.
answers. It really clearly shows that you are very knowledgeable about what's going on. Okay. Very good. Okay. Then number three, should a leader discuss with team members when making decisions?
Yes. I think it also depends on the situation. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
in some serious conditions,
Mm-hmm.
yes, some problems are involved with
Mm-hmm.
the destiny of the whole group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in some very important topics, I think the team leader should
Mm-hmm.
definitely discuss
Mm-hmm.
with the members. It's like the financial statement of the group
Yes.
or what they are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, those, yes. However, in some not so important situations, like those tiny bitty things,
Mm-hmm.
like those very specific details, I think there's no such important need in discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because wasting your energy discussing those not so related
Mm-hmm.
problems and having meetings all day long
Mm-hmm.
can really consume your passions
Mm-hmm.
and your energy. So you won't spend time on more important issues like how to bolster your plans or how to make things go faster.
Mm-hmm.
So I think wasting time on those tiny things is unworthy. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. You know what? I'm very surprised for someone who doesn't want to be a leader and wants to be alone. Seems to have all the leadership knowledge and knows exactly what to do. Okay. And I think in the future, when your bosses will hear this from you, I think you will be appointed as the leader, okay, in your job in the future. Okay, very good, very good. Now, okay, so we still have time. I have one more quick question.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So I want to know, are you good at making decisions?
Oh, well, I consider myself as a terrible decision maker. Yes, because I always make quick decisions because
Mm-hmm,
thinking too much makes me anxious.
mm-hmm,
It brings a lot of anxiety
mm-hmm,
along with confusions. Yes,
mm-hmm.
I find it very hard to sleep at night if there's a decision unsolved. So yes, I always make terrible decisions and I will regret on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I think what matters most is to feel comfortable with your decisions and never regret
Mhm.
because you don't want to waste your time just thinking over a decision you made. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, what's so nice about how you answer questions here, aside from the content of your answer, but also the speed of the way you speak. Okay, it's not too slow, it's not too fast, it's just the right tempo. Just continue doing that. Okay, I really think that you will do
Okay.
very well in your IELTS test tomorrow. So I hope that you can come
Okay.
back to let me know that you passed your test. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Uh, All
Thank you.
right. So I wish you the best for your test, and I hope I'll see you again
Thank you.
soon. All right, Dai?
Okay.
Okay. So have a
Okay.
good
All right. Thank you.
afternoon. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a bye bye.